What up, nation? Welcome to another edition of the WiseTake MLB DFS Wise Stream. CK013 here. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And of course, I'm from the WiseTake Nation, which you can find on all the social media platforms listed above or directly at WiseTake.com. If you're looking to take your DFS game to the next level, we are a premium DFS content provider as well as a DFS community designed to help make you a better DFS player. Go check us out. The pass is available if you want to try it out. That being said, if you're new to this channel, welcome. You've come to the right place with some free fire DFS content, so make sure you subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you don't miss out on any of the free content we put out. Currently covering slates Monday through Friday, meaning we stream Sunday night through Thursday night with our first look. So don't miss. Hang out. Pat Bush, what's going on, man? Pat Bush has become part of the furniture around here. Shout out to Pat Bush, man. I think he left a comment. For anyone wondering, with German Marquez, he's working on a no-hitter in Coors right now as we speak. And one of the comments, comment of the day, is definitely Mr. Pat Bush. See if I can pull it up real quick. Actually, read it. I want to, because of how on, that who knows what ownership. I know it was something crazy low, right? Boom. I have interest once again. This is Pat Bush right here. I have interest once again on Colorado's German Marquez in my player pool. Loving it. Pat Bush says he's doing well. I bet you are. I bet you are with the German Marquez call, man. Awesome, man. Found a low on play. It's the Pirates offense. We talked about that on the show. The Pirates offense wasn't really the enticing one. It was more the Rocky side. Personally, I think I got some stuff right. Like article-wise, it wasn't like the nuts, right? I didn't have the Yankees written up, but I did have the Rockies 1 for 8 runs. I had the Padres as my two favorites. But all in all, I'm not going to lie to you, it was not a good day for me personally. But I'm glad that there are some people in the nation who were able to pull out a successful night. I had a really good night the night before, but not a good night tonight. So I'm going to be looking to move forward, and we have two different slates to try to get it on with. We, of course, are covering the main slate, the night slate, for this show and at WiseTake.com. So we're going to go ahead and jump right in with the top pitchers, as we always do. Chris Bassett's the most expensive. I think he's one of the top pitchers on the slate for sure. I don't know if he's the top, but 27% hard contact rate's pretty solid. He's playing a Ranger team that he had success against recently. It's in Oakland, very pitcher-friendly park. Rangers currently have a 25% K rate, 153 ISO, 301 WOBA, and a 91 WRC plus against righties. So not very good. So yeah, it's fine. Interestingly enough, he's significantly cheaper than Nola on FanDuel, but he's actually more expensive by a few $100 on DraftKings. Nola is the clear SP1 for cash games. Number one, because Aaron Nola is one of, if not the best pitcher on the slate. And number two, he's playing Miami. Now, the park's not great in Philly, but he's playing Miami. Did I emphasize that part enough? Miami, right there with Texas, 25.2% K rate at 135, ISO, 295 WOBA, 91 WRC plus. Anything you can do, I could do worse. That is Miami in comparison to Texas, against righties anyway. But I don't think lefties are all that better. Luis Garcia was really chalky his last time out. This is a different slate. I don't think it'll be nearly as highly owned. There are some concerns. His xFIP is in the fours, whereas ERA is only 2.83, so it tells us there could be some aggression coming. Maybe he's skating by. 46% fly ball rate, but he's playing Baltimore, who has the third lowest WRC plus in the league against righties at 82, with a 288 WOBA, 148 ISO, 24.9% K rate. And this is a team that plays their home games in Baltimore's Camden Yards, right? One of the better hitting parks out there. Joe Musgrove, he's looked good. I know people were worried about the sticky stuff thing and thought maybe he'd be affected by it, but he's coming off a really good start. 30% K rate. He does have a 222 batting average balls in play. You do feel like that's going to mellow out and switch, but I think that some people will definitely come here, understandably so. The Reds offense can be tough. It's going to put that out there. 110 WRC plus, 336 WOBA, 177 ISO, and a 22.4% K rate against righties. I actually think the Reds could be a sneaky stack. Skywalker DFS, what's going on, bro? But for the purposes of a first look, yeah, Musgrove's numbers are going to stand out. But it is interesting because I was already kind of thinking maybe we could push the envelope with the Reds because the park is so good, right? And then I'm looking at Musgrove's numbers and I'm like, they're pretty good. But then you look at the batting average balls in play, there's some room there for things to go wrong for him. And when you look at the Reds' numbers against righties, is promising. Ohtani going up against the Yankees in Yankee Stadium, obviously not the best park in the world. But Ohtani's a good pitcher, he's a good hitter, he's a good, damn good baseball player. And the Yankees, while they did erupt for 11 runs against righties, they are still up a 25% K rate, a 157 ISO, a 314 WOBA, and a 99 WRC plus. Maybe they're heating up. Or maybe Ohtani is going to just continue to fully dominate them. I think he's homered in every game in Yankee Stadium, and now he gets a chance to pitch against them and kind of shut them down. So, I mean, it's hard not to like Ohtani in this spot. Max Fried is coming back from his blister deal. I think Max Fried is just not as good this year as he was last year for whatever reason. I don't think it's sticky stuff related. I think it's just for some reason he's regressed a little bit. I don't know. He was feeling it last year, maybe not so much. But he does draw a matchup against the Mets, who have a 24.8% K rate against lefties with a 141 ISO, 291 WOBA, 89 WRC plus, and it's in Citi Field, one of the better. Oh no, I'm sorry, he's at home in Atlanta, which is still, honestly, they say it's the park built for Freddie. They say it's for left-handed power. I haven't been impressed with the run totals we've seen down there, but yeah, Fried is fine. He's fine. A few other guys, but we're going to save them for the What to Watch. It's all pitchers, or the What to Watch segment. So we're going to go to top offenses. There's three that stand out to me. Number one is going to be Houston against Matt Harvey. They're home, but they're against Matt Harvey. We know Matt Harvey is worse against lefties, but Matt Harvey is just bad in general. So I expect Houston to be popular, and rightfully so. They stand out a lot. The Blue Jays are home in Buffalo against the hell is his name? Justice Sheffield. Justice Sheffield, his numbers not much better than Harvey's. ERA is lower, but K rate not even a full percent higher. Sierra is actually a little higher, and XFIP is pretty much right there. So Toronto, they've been better against lefties, but they're still pulling up, what's this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, top 6, tied for top 6 in WRC plus against lefties. Only a 22.3% K rate. Expect them to also get some attention against the Mariners. Where the Mariners bullpen in all this? The Mariners bullpen actually grading out decent, somewhere in the middle of the pack. XFIP wise anyway. But yeah, I think Toronto will be popular. And then the Padres, right? Big park boost for the Padres. And going back for them, it seems like it's certainly on the table here against another Cincinnati Reds young pitcher that has some crazy, scary signs. 3.97 ERA, but a 5.44 xFIP, a 5.2 Sierra, only an 18.2% K rate, 242 batting average balls in play, 45% fly ball rate, 38.5% hard contact rate. These are all screaming for regression, right? I mean, he's got a small sample. Let's keep it what it is, but just in general, Padres could be the team to do it. Why not? Why not them? I think they will. So yeah, Padres, 21.9% K rate against righties, 164 ISO, 318 WOBA, 104 WRC plus. It's good enough. We know they got pop. Again, massive park boost for them. So those are the three offenses that kind of stood out the most. I like the Padres the most, I think, based off of my anticipated ownership. I do think that Houston will be a little more popular, and I think that Toronto will kind of be second there. Especially because there are people who still actually consider the ERA for whatever reason. What to watch? So there's a couple pitchers that I think keep an eye on. First of all, Kobe Allard, who was awful in his first season. His numbers actually look okay. He's got a great park in Oakland. I don't love picking on Oakland in general, but if I'm going to do it, it's going to be at home. Oakland has a 170 ISO against lefties with a 318 WOBA, 106 WRC plus. If you're not looking at Allard, Oakland is also a very low-owned team to consider. David Peterson, if you're looking to absorb more risk. The numbers kind of returning back to where I thought he'd be. Still better than where I thought he'd be, honestly. But he's in Atlanta playing against Atlanta. Atlanta has not been good against lefties. They do have a 191 ISO, so I want to point that out. But a 95 WRC plus, a 312 WOBA, and a 25.8% K rate. there is some potential upside there if you're looking to save some money. And last but not least, Bailey Ober. Bailey Ober has a 4.64 ERA, but a 3.84 xFIP, a 3.69 SIERA, 25.6% K rate. He's been very unlucky with a 345 batting average balls in play. Problem is, this game is in Chicago. The White Sox have a hitter-friendly park. That sucks. White Sox are also a pretty good offense, right? Well, I guess really against lefties, I guess. 101 WRC plus 315 WOBA, but 136 ISO though. 23.9% K rate. There's some potential there. Travis Duarte, what's going on, man? Ohtani is a monster. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So those are the things to kind of keep an eye on. I probably should have put the Phillies in the top offensive segment. I think I meant to and just kind of skipped right over them. But you can have the Phillies. I think the Phillies will carry the least ownership out of the three other teams we talked about. But they're against Jordan Holloway, who's got a horrific looking numbers as well in a hitter-friendly park with some humidity, I'm assuming, because it's been like that in the Northeast. Crazy. But yeah, I think it's a pretty fun slate. Pitching could be a bitch if you get it wrong, but it could be a pretty fun slate. Dong Watch, Jordan Alvarez, number 1 from Houston, outfielder. We'll go Marcus Semien, number 2 for Toronto against Justin Sheffield and Buffalo, and then Manny Machado, number 3 in Cincinnati against Mr. Vlad Gutierrez. That's the Dong Watch right there. Jordan Alvarez, Marcus Semien, Manny Machado. That is going to do it for us today. Nation, I appreciate those of you hanging out with us live. Appreciate those of you watching, listening after the fact. Please hit the like button on your way out. Don't forget to leave some comments. Love the comments. Love hearing it. Call your shot like my man Pat Bush did with the Herman Marquez call. Call your shot in the comments. And share the show as much as you can, man. The more that you share, the more we're able to grow. The more we're able to grow, the more we're able to put back into our products, into our content, and continue to do what we do, which is doing dirties and dropping sims. For myself, the entire WiseTake Nation, as always, good luck.